Welcome back. Our first guest is an expert at getting to the heart of your website and making it work for you.
Darrell Stern is the CEO of Stern, a creative strategic inbound marketing firm. He knows the difference between features and benefits and which of those are more likely to make you money. Darrell Stern, welcome to the program.
It's such a thrill to be part of this positive business television sensation.
It's a little bit of a revolution, isn't it? We're doing things differently.
It is. It definitely is.
Well, and Darrell, you're doing things differently as well, part of that revolution we talk about. I think a lot of folks set up their website, and we kind of fell into this same boat as well. And we get into the world of this is what we do, and this is how we do it, a phrase you call features.
Right.
But really what we should be focusing on is benefits. What's the difference there?
Well, marketing is the art of starting meaningful conversations. So what we want to do when we put out a website or a web page or a blog or a social media post is give someone the hope and desire that you can solve their problem. So to visualize that, we have to talk about the benefits. In other words, have you ever asked one of your clients a month or two or even a year after they've used your service, well, how is your life different now than it was before? How have things changed? Because you might just be a dog walker and be helping someone walk a dog, and then all of a sudden, because of that, they can get a new job, and because they can leave earlier for work, now they got a promotion, and their life dream is fulfilled. So if you take, it sounds funny, but if you take
you're saying that we can tell people that we can fulfill your dreams by walking your dog?
Well, what I'm saying is most marketing copy is home, about us, services.
Yes.
It's a list of, me, the I, me syndrome.
It's Toby Keith.
Right,
I want to talk about me.
Exactly. And then, and all of that kind of stuff with just a contact page at the end. What I'm talking about is filling people with the hope and desire that you can solve their problem and looking at how they express that. People out there have a problem. They wake up in the morning, they're not Googling, they're not searching for your business name, but they know they have a problem and they're trying to find an answer to it. So if you have the answer to that problem, they'll contact you and start a conversation.
They'll contact you and start a conversation. I think too often we think of our website as, right, what you said, it's the static page. We've been in business for this long, we're family owned and operated, meet my staff, here's the frequently asked questions, but we're not creating that conversation. And so when we think about our business, it is what did you call it? Benefits.
It's the features. We talk about the features.
But
right.
You're saying benefit. Darrell, what does that look like on a website? Is it a bunch of testimonials? Do I have pictures of you now getting a job as a CEO because I'm out walking your dog?
And please don't tell us that it has to have a whole ton of hype and boy, I'll tell you, we can solve every problem you ever had.
Well, no. What I do with every client before we start working together is what I call a 2 to 3 hour Stern-storming session.
Stern-storming?
Yes, and it's brainstorming with me. And what we do is you tell me, well, what are the features of my business? I can do this. I can do plumbing. I can consult people on a certain type of software. And then we talk about, well, okay, that's great, but what are the needs and desires and patterns out there that you see that feature, that your talent is the answer to?
And the business owner is an expert. They should be able to figure that out, yes?
Yes, most definitely. So then once we know, okay, there's a specific need, there's a specific question that people have, they're frustrated with something, they can't figure out how to do something, we're almost like reverse engineering the thought process, because I want the website to speak to the person that's going to do business with you. I don't want it to be about you because, again, I don't care how long you've been in business and how many people are on your staff or whatever. I care, will you solve my problem? So at the bottom of every page, the key part of it is to have an ask. To ask a question instead of just having a contact form or pick up the phone and call me and have a free consultation. Instead, have an ask, ask a specific question, like how would you like to take your brand nationwide and be more visible all across the country? Tell us how you think that would benefit you, and if you could be on television, what would be the ideal, conversation you would like to have and tell America? Well, if they fill out that form and send it to you, well, you've got now an 80 to 90% close, because when you call them, you've already got their answer.
They're already interested in you.
Right, and to why they find value in what you're doing.
Makes a lot of sense.
You know, Darrell, I remember we had done some new things with our website a couple of years ago, and we were so excited because of all the behind the scenes things that had to happen. You know, this web thing and this button and all of this stuff. And remember telling everybody, these are all the things. It now has a button and it now has a this. And you came to us and you said,
nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the buttons.
Right.
What they want to know is why. How are you going to solve my pain or my issue? And we have to get to the root of why. Darrell, how is it? I mean, we're fairly smart, right? But we always fall back into the features. Why can't we get it in our head to be so much about benefit? Why does that happen to an entrepreneur?
Well, okay, think of it this way. When you love a product, right? You go shopping, you love a product, or you love something that you did. When you post it out and share it with friends, what do you talk about? Do you say, hey, I just bought a new shoe and it's 9.5 inches, you know, it's a size 9.5 and I bought it at the store? Right. No, you say, oh my gosh, look at this. I look so much better. What do you guys think? You say those type of things. You talk about benefits when you use a service.
And you probably should do that, because I've never known anybody to sit there and say, gosh, you know, my shoe, it's just like every other 9.5 size shoe, and basically it's boring.
Right, exactly. Your customers can actually tell you how to market you. If you talk to them and say, well, for instance, everybody usually concentrates on what doesn't work. Well, we tried this Facebook ad, it didn't work. We tried Twitter, it didn't work. Nothing happened with it, right?
We hear it every day.
But what I ask is, you obviously are still in business. What was your biggest sale last month? Oh, it was this customer. They loved us. Well, what did you tell them that specifically pushed them over the edge? Because you can tell somebody a lot of different things, and then at one point they go, wait a minute, you can do that.
That was the one.
That was the one. That's the one that is the basis of your next inbound marketing campaign and your next blog. Inbound
marketing campaigns often go hand in hand with the phrase landing pages, right? And each of these landing pages, as I understand them, Darrell, involves the notion of targeting a specific itch that your product or service scratches. When you do that, how many landing pages should a small business owner have?
Well, the first thing we have to determine is, okay, two answers to that question. One is, every page on your website is a landing page. Every page on your website should serve the purpose of saying, of asking specific questions about specific needs and desires that people have and giving them a taste of the benefit, and have that ask contact form. So there's no separation in my mind between this, well, let's have this big long about us page or whatever. Every single page should be that. So then as you go through, there might be more, let's put it this way, there might be more problems you can solve and more questions you can answer than you could possibly put in the top menu of your website, right? So we're going to then strategize and schedule out the launch of more pages and also blog articles. And blog articles are where, that's called content marketing, where you're able to really show off the real knowledge that you have behind what you do, and that helps you on Mr. Google, of course, because if you wrote the book, then Mr. Google sees that and also helps you get more clients.
Well,
I love it. So instead of just having a static website, which I think a lot of us do, we just put it up there, set it and forget it. It's really like a living, breathing part of the conversation that we're having with all of our customers and prospects.
Well, sure. People talk about a marketing campaign. It never ends. Your marketing continues for the life of your business and then on from there. It's a constant process.
If you want your business to have more life, I think you should contact Darrell Stern. We'll have his information and his website on our website at experiencepros.com.
Thanks so much, Darrell, for being here today.
When we return, JP Krause takes us on the journey of an entrepreneur in their first year of business.
And yet ahead, do you use a planner to stay organized? I'll show you the ones I love to use. And Eric, well, we'll have to see what he's got going on. Stay with us.